Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and it is with a heavy heart I have to say that we are reaching the end of Akatsuki no Yona, also known as Yona of the Dawn. Therefore, going forward, we are going to do a live reaction to each chapter up until the very last one, scheduled to come out just before Christmas this year. So that announcement came shortly after 273 dropped, and I didn't have time to make another video to announce that and how we were going to handle this. I'm not really sure. I really feel like we have been speeding up the pace because some of these chapters have felt a little bit, okay, we're not fully explaining what's going on. Okay, now we're here and sort of idea. So you could sort of feel a bit of a pacing rush happening in this last arc. In my opinion, there's still plenty of content, plenty of, arcs to go through with North Kai and stuff like that. There was plenty of different threads they could have continued on. I could have easily seen this reach, I don't know, the 350 mark, had that been the case. But obviously with everything that's been happening here in the current arc, it did definitely feel like the final arc. It's been said that it was the final arc for a while now. So the fact of the matter is we only have 3 or 4 chapters left before the end of the series. I believe it's supposed to end on chapter 277, but I could be wrong about that. So anyways, the only thing I could think of to do was to live react, to enjoy it with you guys here, enjoy each chapter as they drop until, basically the Christmas chapter. So with that being said, let's just jump right ahead to chapter 274. Now, let's open it up here. The thrilling historical fantasy romance Yona of the Dawn. So we're opening it up with a cover page, obviously, and it's Hawk, of course, protecting. They were all protecting each other. Yona was on top of Zeno, Shin-ah was on top of Yona, jae-ha was on top of everybody, and then Hawk was, in spirit form, was covering everyone with the divine protection. So even if I have no physical body, of course, I love them. I will protect them. I will, we know what he means. Chapter 274, The Steadfast Shield. Okay, so page 1. We have soo-won here. Now, once again, we've sort of gone back in time, if you guys recall, because Yona and Shin-ah have already gone out toward the entrance and stuff like that. Those things have sort of happened already. And as we know, we've sort of gone back in time a little bit to how when the initial crumbling of the mausoleum, the castle was happening, how Hawk and the dragon, the white dragon god, were sort of like, okay, we've got to, sort of help them after they escaped purgatory or whatever, the afterlife, whatever we're going to call it. So we have soo-won here. We need to make soo-won's soul and body come into contact to make him to return to his original receptacle. Okay, so they've got to bring the two together, and it seems okay. And there's some swishing, and okay, apparently that was it. All right, we're doing it in a couple of shots. All right, once again, with only a few chapters left, assuming that the last chapter will solely be an epilogue chapter, we don't have a whole lot of time. So yeah, let's get this underway. So this is all you can do, says the White Dragon God. It's up to what fate decides for him now. Fair enough. Let's see, next page. We have them still all chilling. So Hawk and the Dragon God are talking. So what will you do now? Contrary to soo-won, you do not have a vessel to return to. Are you going to wander the Crimson Dragon for eternity as a stray soul? Alright, these are all valid questions. It's like, okay, Hawk came back as a spirit, great. But they can't see him, they can't interact. And remember, his body isn't here for him to return to. There is no body. Will he take over Zeno's body? I don't know. Because I'm just thinking, like, Zeno is like the one who wants to die, who wants to finally pass on. Hawk is dying a little early here, so maybe... I don't know. Let's see. Hawk's response to that, nah, she'd get sick of me if I did that. And alright, fair enough. For eternity, huh? Just thinking about it, and there's, of course, Yona's hand, and he's grasping her hand. Princess, I returned home. Okay, I mean, not exactly in the way that she wants, or that Hawk obviously thought, but he did actually come back from the afterlife. Like, I'm sorry, the man did his job. He's put in 110% to keep his word, and as far as I'm concerned, he kept it. So, of course, he's feeling a little dismayed, and I'm sure that this is how the dragon gods felt about the Crimson Dragon, which we still have no explanation for. Waiting and sort of like, he's like, alright, I'm here, but I'm not really there. I can't interact with her, and this fucking sucks. Now, multiply the feeling that Hawk feels right now for over 2,000 years, and tell me the dragon gods did not have a right to have a little PTSD with that dude. Alright? I'm just saying. So now Hawk is looking on. No, but compared to when the princess and the dragon warriors disappeared in the chalice, this is much better. The difference being, of course, he's Hawk, but also he's seeing, like, I know they're safe, so this is all good. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks for me, and it's going to suck for them. Obviously they're going to miss me, but, I know they're healthy and they're safe. And compared to the alternative, he's like, I think I can bear this. I think I can, this is better. Everyone came back, all bruised over, though. And the White Dragon God is sort of, he's listening to Hawk here. He's listening to the words, sort of like, Now the Dragon God is shifting on the next page. Dragon God, what's wrong, says Hawk. Say, can't you speak with the Yellow Dragon? Oh, okay. If he can speak through the Yellow Dragon, he'd be like, Hawk is here, Hawk is fine, sort of idea. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do, blah, blah, blah. And I assume they're going to find some way. But you know what? It would be poetic if it could be the tragedy love thing that Hawk will always be there with her in spirit and in her heart. But unfortunately, like, this is the price, of being the Crimson. And this is where it all comes to fruition. I mean, I don't think we would like it because, of course, we want the happy romantic ending. But unfortunately, reality says that not everybody gets a happy ending, maybe I've become more pessimistic as I've gotten older and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm seeing more of that. I'm going to more funerals and weddings now that I'm getting older, and some of them are just, they're not nice, But either way, if they could at least communicate, if you could just pass on some messages, at the very least. Let's see. So he's Zeno. It's not something I have any power over. Okay, so immediately, never mind. Shooting that theory down immediately. And Hawk's like, alright, well, it was worth a shot. Good thinking, actually. I didn't even think of that. It's like, okay, the dragons sort of have a more spiritual, magical connection. Maybe even through the afterlife they can still speak, but apparently not. Then let's just do what we can. Okay, there's no such thing. I'll search for an exit. Okay, so the dragon god's being pessimistic like me. Basically like, no, I can't talk to the dragon. Let's just do what we can. There's nothing. And he's like, there's nothing we can do. And Hawk's like, well, I'm going to go find an exit. And Dragon God's just like, alright, So let's see. Now, Hawk obviously has found something. Princess, this way. Princess. And he's just like, okay, she can't hear him or whatever. And there's Ow. And Ow is... Okay, wait a minute. Can Ow see Hawk? Okay, I like that because that's something that needs very little, if any, explanation. Because they say that dogs and cats and animals have a sixth sense for these things, spirits and stuff. They can see the unseen, as it were. And I'm not exactly a believer in the ghosts and goblins and the whole angels and shit myself, but I will say, my parents' cat, for 12 damn years, has stared at the corner of the front door, just in this random corner. He stands on the top of the stairs, and he just randomly, some days, not every day, not even every week, but some days, he's just wandering around, and then all of a sudden, he'll do one of those, like, he notices movement, and then he'll stare, and then he'll sit, and he'll stare at the corner of a wall on a split entry. There's physically nothing there, not even a shelf. And he'll stare at it for like minutes. He doesn't do this anywhere else, but he will stare. Not at the front door like I want to go out or whatever. He stares at the corner beside the front door. And he's just locked onto it. And I try to distract him and stuff. And he's like, no, something's in that corner. And I'm just like, I get where people are coming from with the idea that animals, if there are such things, they can bloody well see them. So if I'm wrong, and spirits and angels and, departed ones come back in some ethereal form like Hawk is right now in some way, shape, or form, then absolutely animals have been seeing them this whole goddamn time, okay? I accept that premise because Al was just doing that exact thing. And so, Al, let's go and stuff. And he's like, no, we're going this way. And he's like, Al, it says it's this way, really? Hawk's like, yush, I did it, yush. Alright, going back to classic Hawk. And so let's see. Okay, so we're getting quickly back to the present timeline. So it's like, alright, princess, step away, blah, blah, blah. And let's see. So the dragon god, I see. So it was leading them to the people outside. This rodent keeps staring at us. Because once again, you can see him. There will be nothing to worry about if we get him in Yon and Minso's care. Alright, so he's confident. He's confident. And White Dragon God says it may not go so well. Hawk, what do you mean? Alright. Dragon God is thinking. It's coming. Oh no, what's gonna... So soo-won has his spirit back. What's gonna happen now? And... Oh, shit. Okay, so Yona and Hawk both notice this. Something just came out of Shin-ah. We're gonna assume it's the blue dragon. And wrapped himself around soo-won's unconscious body. The blue and green dragon gods. Oh, it's both of them? Oh, they are obviously messed up here. They're alive. And the white dragon god says, were they awaiting for that man's soul to return? Oh, okay. So the green and blue dragons, of course, they didn't have Zeno with the yellow. They didn't go to the afterlife and get some clarity from the afterlife like Hawk and the white dragon. So these two are still filled with the rage and the turmoil and the sorrow. And they've lost a lot of their power and form, but they're using every last vestige of hate, like the dark side of the force. And they're just like this like messed up form of themselves, trying to just end soo-won for the blasphemy. Now, Hawk is trying to... I wonder if... No, because they're still in the physical world. So he tries to grasp it and stop them. It's not working. On the next page, okay. And Blue Dragon God... Alright, so Yona, Blue Dragon God, Green Dragon God, stop! Don't kill soo-won! And, okay, we see the claws coming out on one. They're wrapping around his body. This can't be good. Shin-ah is trying to get them off. Get off! And stuff like that. And then we see from behind... Oh, and now one of them's attacking Shin-ah, and Hawk is trying to help, and of course he's, next page, flabbergasted. Shit, is there nothing I can do about this? Okay, so Hawk, of course, these are the type of things that are, this is what turns people or spirits into demons and evil and stuff in most fantasy and stuff like that, because they're like, they curse their own powerlessness, and they will end up doing anything after push comes to shove to be able to interact or to be able to save or whatever. They'll go with their soul, their spirit, their whatever, their values. They'll give up just about anything for this to happen, and this is how those type of deal with the devil, as they say, are made. So let's see. The white dragon god's going to explain. Blue dragon, green dragon. Let him go. Oh! Okay, I thought he was going to, sit on his hands sort of idea and tell Hawk, it's useless. No. He's talking directly to the dragons. Even though he said they can't, I can't interact with the yellow dragon. That's not exactly what he said. He's like, I have no power over that. But it seems like he's attempting to talk to them. Can they... I wonder if they can actually hear him. So let him go. Don't let your hatred overwhelm you. Of course, like the yellow dragon, he has a level of clarity. Come with me. Let's go to the pillar of light together. Blue dragon, green dragon, yellow dragon, calling all of them. Oh, so he was kind of like, no. He said he had no power to do this, but he wasn't even willing to try when he told Hawk this. Now, next page, we see Zeno wake up, or the yellow dragon has awoken from that call of the White Dragon God. Okay. So, and we see Kija, Zeno, and jae-ha, Zeno, Green Dragon, White Dragon, get away from me! And then we see, oh no, now we see a big blood splat. Oh shit, so the Yellow Dragon woke up and not in the best mood. And soo-won, oh wait, next. Oh! Okay, no, this gotta be a... Is this a... Are we gonna introduce time travel in like the last chapter of the series? Because... Are you... No, this can't be real. This cannot be real. Alright. Alright. If this... I was thinking, like, once again, the tragic true love thing with Hawk not being able to interact with Yona and Yona having to carry on without Hawk sort of idea. I did not expect, after all the work, to keep soo-won alive. That is gory. God damn. They wrecked his body. He didn't survive that. Nah, this is some type of dream, or they're gonna turn back. They're gonna Hawk's gonna sacrifice himself to bring soo-won back, or something. But then the vessel, what the? I just can't buy they would kill soo-won here at the very end of the story after all that. Though that being said, it would, like, that's how you shock and awe an audience. Like, you think your characters have plot armor? You think they're safe in my story? This is how you do it. It's why Joss Whedon, with Firefly and Buffy and all that stuff, was really critically acclaimed. Firefly obviously after the fact, for the great writing, because like he was not afraid to kill off not only main characters but fan favorites. Okay, a little bit of me is now convinced that soo-won just fucking died. Wow. Okay. The blood is splashing everywhere on the White Dragon, onto Yona. Soo-won is messed, and Yona can't even bear to look at it. She's crying, and Hawk is just like the shock. Soo-won? Hey. Oh, Hawk's pissed. Next page, don't fuck with me! You are finally gonna get out of here. Holy shit. Oh. Princess Yona, what's the matter? Did something happen to His Majesty? Princess Yona. Okay, so Ki-sok on the other side. Yona, is everything alright? Probably Min-so or Yon or somebody. Dragon gods, I'm begging you, please stop it. Okay, now Yona's just in tears. She's just, like, beside herself. Answer to my voice. It's no use, miss. Oh, Zeno. You won't get through to them. Here he comes with the sword. But Zeno's the one still talking. The Yellow Dragon lost it and flinged away White and Green Dragon. Oh, shit, so Kija and jae-ha are probably messed up. This is it. Please kill the Dragon Gods. I mean, it's not going to bring soo-won back, but at the very least, it will prevent more death here. The Yellow Dragon too. Before anyone else has to die. Oh wow, so he's handing him he's handing her the sword again, handing it out to her. Zeno still has control, but he's all messed up and morphed. Like, for how long? The Yellow Dragon 2 means that Zeno says, please, Yona. Oh, doesn't call her Little Miss, calls her Yona. Yona's in tears. Next page. Shina is still trapped by one of the two dragons, going, don't do it, Yona! And she's raising her hand. It's trembling, but she's gonna take it. She's actually gonna take the sword. Yona is yelled. She's crying, and then, oh, something's happening. Huh. Oh. Okay. White screen. I know. You guys all, like, immediately, we know exactly what this is. Hawk is standing in the way. Hawk has got to be standing in the way, and Yona, as she rose her hand to try to, she felt something as she was going through his spirit body or something like that. Must be. Because, or something. That's definitely the size of, yeah, Hawk is standing between Yona and the sword. And then she's crying, and Zeno doesn't realize what's going on. Hurry, Blue Dragon is going to be strangled to death too. Zeno, says Yona, that's not it. I can't advance any further. Oh, so she's not feeling something. She's like, I'm not being a mime here. This is an invisible wall. Like, something's here. And she's put out her other hand like, I can't physically go forward because, you know, I'll buy it. It's romanticized, but Hawk's spirit is so enraged right now. He's like, abso-fucking-lutely not. So even though he doesn't have a corporal form, it's just like, no, his spirit is so fucking badass that he's standing there like, I'm not letting her get murder on her hands again. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And so he's like, literally, as an invisible spirit, like, nope, mime wall, bitches. Yep, next page, of course, yeah. I mean, that was pretty easy to tell. You know, I'm not surprised by this. What I am surprised is that it's an actual wall. Like, I suspected when that happened that she was like, okay, it's Hawk doing something. But I suspected that when she went through, she's like, I can feel something, like the air is different or something, you know? There is a transparent dead end here. That is a really cool shot, though. That's a really cool shot. So Zeno doesn't know what's going on. Yona's still in tears. I saw this in a dream. There were a lot of deceased people walking. Oh, we're back to that dream. Will it actually mean something? Let's go. When I reached out my hand to them, there was a wall stopping me, as if to tell me I shouldn't follow them no matter what. Okay, but Hawk wasn't the one. Okay, are we implying that dream, Hawk was the one, was there in the dream in spirit form and stopped her back in her dream? I wouldn't mind this if we had seen that when she was with when Hawk was with the White Dragon God and stuff like that. Like, he physically prevented this. Because trying to tie these two together now, because as I said before, that dream made little sense. It didn't really amount to much. Now we're saying, like, it was a message. But what lesson was she supposed to learn? Was it, like, the future sight? This is the problem when you give characters the future sight shit. You have to write it very carefully or it comes out of left field and feels unearned. And right now, I think we're trying to tie together future vision dream with what's happening right now with Hawk and the invisible wall spirit thingy. It's a little clumsy. Not gonna lie, it's a little clumsy if that's what we're trying to do, or am I missing something here? If I'm missing something, let me know. Comments are right down there. So, is there someone here? Okay, so she's thinking about that. Then she's looking to the side. Oh, the dragon god got blood on him, and now she's seeing the blood just hanging there in the air. Oh shit, there's blood floating in the air. Next page, I get it. So that's what it was, says the White Dragon God. Okay, so he recognized something, and boom, something else is incoming. One of the, like, the blue dragon or the green dragon, hard to tell which one in black and white. White Dragon God, yells Hawk, and one of them is surrounding, so one of them is attacking the White Dragon God. So they're attacking themselves. So Hawk and Yona don't understand what's going on. Zeno is shocked. It's enveloping something. So once again, they can't see it. Only Hawk is able to see this. They can't see the White Dragon God. Zeno is, though, sweating bullets, saying there's something there. Alright? Green Dragon. Okay, so it's the Green Dragon. The White Dragon God is talking to him. Green Dragon, forgive me. I was the one who didn't understand you. Okay, what does he mean by this? Green Dragon, I'm sorry, I was the one who didn't understand you. Okay. And now the White Dragon God's form. Okay, what's happening? Oh. Okay. on this page, it seems like right below it, like as the White Dragon God is being enveloped and seeming like still looks like he's in a spirit form or something, but he's like materializing, I guess, because Yona and Zeno are now seeing it. They're like, White Dragon God? They're exclaiming they can now see the White Dragon God for some reason. Yeah, Hawk on the next page. They can see the White Dragon God. Okay, Dragon God, your body. And this is where, Kija and jae-ha, they seemingly are alright. Princess, Yona dear, Zeno, and, soo-won's body, slump, holy shit. And Shina has been let go of. Soo-won is wrecked up. Wait, you're kidding. Look at all that blood. Okay, first off, it looked like a decapitation, you know? Soo-won is... Okay, what the hell? There's way too much blood loss. Like, if he crushed him with that much blood loss, like, he would not be going, ugh. He's freaking dead. So, wait a minute. Soo-won is alive. Okay. Once again, I don't expect most manga or most stories to have the balls to kill off main characters. I really don't. And that's not a fault of those stories. Like, it's very difficult to pull that off and people not be like, this ending was shit. You know? So, I understand the trepidation of doing such a thing. But they did have me convinced slightly that they might actually pull that stunt. Obviously, Soo-won is here and alive. Let's see. You know, that blood earlier was the green dragons. Wait, did the green dragon hurt himself? Or did the blue dragon attack the green dragon? Okay, so everybody's shocked. White Dragon is trying to explain here, I guess. Our blood is a source of power and life force. Okay, so we're pulling out some last minute shit. I mean, that makes sense, because the blood of the dragon warriors, okay. The green dragon mustered its remaining forces to soak me and Soo-won in its blood. That blood gave me this physical form, and reignited Soo-won's life, who was on the brink of death. But why would it do this for Soo-won? Okay, I'm a little confused here. So our blood is a source of power and life. The green dragon mustered its remaining forces to soak me and Soo-won in its blood. Oh, so the green dragon sacrificed itself to bring back. It could sense that the white dragon was there, and purposely splashed its blood on its brethren, the white dragon, to bring it, sort of give it more life force. That's why they can see it, because it's the power of life and death. It's bringing life, breathing life into the spirit of the dragon. Same with Soo-won. This might actually cure or help eliminate, like, the numbered days of the Crimson Dragon illness. If a dragon god literally gave his life force to Soo-won through its blood, that might counteract the Crimson Dragon. Okay. I wonder if it was our next page. I wonder if it was the green and blue dragon's way of trying to fulfill their vow to the Crimson Dragon, to the first Crimson Dragon at the very end. Their vow, says Yona, and Zeno's shocked. The prophecy. Yeah, where did you hear this? White Dragon, the prophecy, huh? It is the intricate arrangement we came up with so to ensure the Crimson Dragon's protection. When the Crimson Dragon chose to live on Earth, we gave him the Dragon Warriors. And when we would someday fall apart after having grown tired of waiting for him, the sword and shield that protect the monarch shall awaken. Okay. So you're telling me the Dragon Gods, if I'm reading that correctly the first time, once again, this is the thing about live reactions, I generally miss the point of some stuff. I go off on a whole tangent, and then next chapter review, I have to like go back and say, okay, you know that 10 minutes I talked about this and how this made no sense? I misread this one line of dialogue that screws that all up, and I wasted everybody's time. That can happen. And it has happened. However, if I'm reading this correctly, the Dragon Gods are the ones who came up with the prophecy, but they also knew that the Crimson Dragon was unlikely to ever come home, and therefore assumed that they would eventually, that their love would turn to obsession. They were preemptive, knowing they were going to fall to the dark side of the Force. This is some Revan level shit. Okay, this is Knights of the Old Republic, Revan level of strategy. And going, I know I'm going to follow the dark side eventually. So in place of, we're going to make sure there's a countermeasure to when this happens. Because it's like, we would someday fall apart after growing tired of waiting for him. Now, that line could be delivered a little bit better. Like, we knew our love would turn to obsession or possessiveness. We knew that we would fall from grace or something. Like, there's a more eloquent way of saying, yeah, we were like a baby tired of waiting for mom to, get the chicken soup, sort of idea is how that comes off. So, all right. But still, I get the premise. The sword and shield shall protect, the monarch shall awaken. Okay, next page. Shamefully having forgotten this vow, we even sent that sword and shield to the underworld. So they knew that they were going to fall and fail, and they made sure to put in place a sword and a shield to protect the Crimson Dragon. And they even forgot their own prophecy. And so let's see. Zeno, the sword is the Mr. King, and the shield is Hawk. Of course, we have always known. We have always known that Hawk was either the sword or the shield. The shield definitely fits Hawk better, even though he's an attack-crazy wild man. It definitely fits him better, so I like this. I like the way this is going. The sword is definitely, soo-won. Okay, there's been theories that soo-won is not the sword, that there's other options for the sword and stuff, but it was pretty on the nose that soo-won and Hawk would be the two, the sword and the shield of Yona. I like it. It makes sense. Okay, but now we're getting confirmation, of course, because the last few chapters, we're already into November. Series is ending next month. We got to get through it, right? Let's see. White Dragon God on the same page continues and says, we cannot kill the sword and shield. We finally remembered this fact at the door of death. We cannot kill them? So, like, they're not allowed to kill them? What do you mean? You kind of did when you took Hawk to Purgatory. Okay. I'm not sure what he means by we cannot kill them, because they 100% ended soo-won and Hawk. And Hawk and soo-won were in the spirit world, and Hawk's determination brought them half back. So, what do you mean you couldn't kill them? You absolutely did. You literally did this. So, I'm confused about that line, but they remembered this fact. So, Ki just says, it's true that soo-won returned, but Hawk is still gone. Okay, and everyone's lamenting this. White Dragon, I received this physical body, and flowing the covenant of old, the 4 dragon warriors and dragon gods were assembled here on earth. The time for the sword and shield to awaken is now. Okay, they weren't... That's the whole... Alright. We're going 4 knights. We're going the 4 horsemen. That's what we're doing. We're doing the 4 horsemen idea. Is that... Spoilers for the Darksiders games, but when the 7 seals are broken, the 4 horsemen must ride, and their number shall always be 4. So even if war or death or any of the 4 horsemen actually die, which they, spoiler alert, they do die in-game, once the 7th seal is broken, it's irrelevant because they come back to life no matter what killed them or how they died. When the 7th seal is broken, the 4 horsemen must ride, and those 4 must be the horsemen. So it's like it's an infinity clause. It's like a loophole. And okay, I like this. The time for the sword and shield to awaken is now. So they're gonna wake up. All right. So are they just gonna out pops the magic hawk? Soo-won is obviously. I think we're gonna go off on the limb that my theory is correct, and because the Crimson Dragon illness is born of the dragon blood will actually cure it. Maybe not completely. He'll probably still have a bad cough, that kind of shit the rest of his life. Maybe some low fatigue. But he won't be at death's door anymore. I'm going to go on a limb and say that. So that's the sword awakens. And let's see. Yona. Hawk is coming back. Hawk will come here. And Hawk's just like, hold on. I don't even have a body yet. What are you on? What have you been smoking, Dragon God? And let's see. White Dragon. Alright, let's see. What is he going to say? Is he going to say, use my body or something. Hawk, your body is inside of me. Yeah, because he ate him, and then they both died. So now that he's physical again, let's see. When the chalice was destroyed, this is on the next page. You entered my body while your soul alone went to the underworld and returned from it. Now that I have this incarnation, I can tell that you are inside of me. Okay, so we're saying that he didn't realize because he didn't have a physical form. Now that he has a physical form again, for however long, we don't know how long he's going to have it, but he can feel, it's like, oh yeah, your body is actually inside me right now. We can get you out of here. Let's see. White Dragon God, this embodiment is only temporary. We all knew that. We knew that the splashing of blood wasn't going to bring him back. When I disappear, touch my body. Okay, so White Dragon God is basically like, alright, so I'm only here for a limited time, but don't worry. When I start to, dissipate, touch my body and you'll return into your body as mine disappears, and you will be fine. So let's see, you're disappearing. What's this? Man, just when we were becoming friends. Don't be in such a hurry. Okay, this is a nice shot of Hawk. Really like the shot of Hawk. But the line's definitely cheesy. That's a little cheesy. But I like the don't be in such a hurry. So what's he going to do? Be like, no, stay here and fight. Let's see. And if that's, I assume that's supposed to be a smile on the next page, the white dragon's face. And Hawk is smiling. Yona doesn't know what the hell is going on. But he's been hearing. Because the last part, Hawk, you're here. End of chapter. Okay. And a good spot to end the chapter. End of dialogue. Hawk, you're here. So the white dragon god is smiling and stuff, but has been saying this all to Hawk while physically manifested. So Yona and all the dragons just heard the conversation as he's literally talking to Hawk, saying, like he says, Hawk, because he literally says, Hawk, your body is inside of me. So they're hearing all this, like you're coming back sort of idea. Okay, so that's a crazy chapter. That's a crazy chapter. And if this is correct, then there's only 2 chapters left, I believe, because the next issue is the first week of December. So I thought the last chapter was going to be released the second week of December. So this is there's only 2 chapters remaining. Oh man, that really sucks if that is the case. I was hoping for at least chapter 200 and, I don't know, 78, 79 for the epilogue at least. You know what I mean? Of course, I wish there was more Yona of the Dawn, obviously, but overall, it's been a really great read and stuff, and we'll discuss this at the last chapter and stuff like that when that comes out. But for right now, yeah, what did you guys think of the chapter? So far, I mean, obviously they have to speed through it a little bit here, and there's a couple of things like that Hawk line was a little cheesy, and it's a little bit there's a little bit of conveniency going on, a tad here and there, trying to tie that weird dream, the future sight thing on at the last minute, which I was hoping we could all just forget about, with Yona having like future vision, future sight. I was hoping we'd forget about that, but that was a little on the nose a bit, but overall I think the chapter was really good, definitely emotional. Was slightly fooled by that soo-won fake out, not gonna lie to you guys. As you guys saw, I said, is this how we're going to end it? Are we actually going to go out and say that the dragons, this, like, soo-won's just, no, he's been better in this whole time, we worked to get his soul back. You know what? I would have been more convinced had they not just been working in the last chapter to bring his soul back, because he was effectively dead. They brought his soul back, put the soul in the body just for them to be like, nope, bam. That's what sort of threw me off with the whole, is this a dream? Are we going to add time travel? Like, is this like on another plane of existence? Are we going to be able to wish upon the dragon gods one last time and they'll grant like the 7 Dragon Balls and bring soo-won back? If we hadn't seen the Spirit chapter first. I really think we should have seen this part first, because then I would have been more convinced, like, holy shit, they just killed off soo-won. It's the end of the series. All bets are off. So while I was slightly fooled, I think I would have been a lot more fooled had we not just worked to get his spirit back into his body. So, yeah. But they did get me. They got me for a minute there. They definitely did. Did they get any of you? Were any of you convinced or a little bit doubtful, like yours truly was, that, I mean, of course they're not going to kill off soo-won. But maybe. You know, like it's the end of the series. As I said, when you go to the end of the series, realistically, all bets are always off, and you can pretty much do anything. You know, because if it's ending, you know, does anybody need to be around? You know what I mean? Like, look at Rogue One, you know, and stuff like that. So, anyways, just saying, I was fooled for a minute. Were any of you guys? But yeah, I just went through the whole chapter, so I think I covered everything. Let me know what you guys thought about the chapter down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll be back here next time, probably into the second week of December for when the actual reaction comes out. I'll try to get it out depending on when the actual translation drops. I'll try to get it out a little bit more timely than this one, where the series is ending. So, very, very sad, but it's been a great ride. It's been a fantastic shoujo series. I recommend it to everyone. I really do. I recommend it to shonen fans, shoujo fans, anime fans. I recommend it to everybody. So, hope you guys do too. And yeah, that's it for me. Already gave you the plug stuff. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you back here next time for chapter 275 of Yona of the Dawn. Till then, sayonara, everybody.